Elizabeth here, and we're going to be chatting about relationships right now. One of my all-time favorite quotes about life and about relationships was said by Abraham Hicks, and the quote is, "Be deeply satisfied and ready for more." Be deeply satisfied and ready for more. And you can tell that that aligns with my life gets better and better belief. But around relationships, what I find is that we're so quick to want more or want better or want different. And the step that sometimes we can skip is the be deeply satisfied. And so for today, I wanted to chat about this idea that when we are in a relationship and we are longing for more, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship, whether it's colleague, whether it's acquaintance, we're in so many different relationships. But when we are in relationship with someone else, sometimes we're ready for more, and what can start to happen is we start to get irritated, or we start to blame, or we start to say, oh, if only they were, if only they would, and we're in that energy. And often, sometimes we don't even chat with them, but other times we do have conversations, but we come to the conversation with the something is wrong with you and I'd like you to change it, which if you've been the recipient of that, doesn't feel very good, and you're not really likely to soften into wanting to change. So what I want to talk about today is one of the things that we actually can do at any moment in a relationship when we are wanting more, and it helps with the be deeply satisfied part. So if you are thinking of a relationship, someone that you love or you like a lot, and you want it to be better, you're ready for it to be better, there's this one step to do before having conversations and expecting different behavior from them. So the first thing to do is to identify what you're wanting more of. What are you wanting more of from them or in the relationship? Is it to have more attention on you? Is it to be heard more? Is it more love? Is it more affection? Is it more understanding? Or is it less? Less, you don't want it to be so overbearing. You want it to be less stressful. But for the purpose of right now, we'll say, what do you want more of in this relationship? But clearly, whether it's a family relationship when you were born into it, or it's a chosen relationship, it means something to you, and it means something to you that it continues to get better. And so to first just identify what you want more of in that relationship. What would you love to get more of, receive more of, see more of in that person that you're in a relationship with? So that's the first thing. And the second thing, not to swindle you or turn it around, but really, in that moment, the one thing that we can be sure that we're in charge of, and that is our responsibility, not to blame or shame ourselves, but to take responsibility for, is to say, how can I give the thing that I'm wanting, the feeling that I'm wanting, the energy that I'm wanting from this person, how can I give more of that to myself first? How can I, instead of expecting, and I'm not saying that then you give everything to yourself and then you remain in relationships that aren't aligned or are crummy or people are treating you crappy. No, that's another conversation. But this is just the first step of, in a moment, what can we do when we know a relationship wants to be better, when we're ready for it to be better? But what is the first step? And the first step for me is always identifying what I'm wanting more of, and then dropping within and saying, okay, Elizabeth, can you give more of this to yourself? Can you provide more of this? Can you turn up this feeling for yourself? Can you turn up the attention or the listening or the softening or the presence? Can you turn up these things within you? And then once you've turned those up, it's a very different feeling energy to then be in discussion with the person, to be in open and honest and loving communication. When we want a relationship to be better, oftentimes we get really fearful that if it doesn't get better, that we'll lose it. Or if it doesn't get better, it will just stay horrible. So there's a lot of fear. And so in that moment, again, of course, in Miracles, we'll call it a miracle, because we shift from fear to love. We go from a fear that we're not getting enough of this and we need this, to I'm going to give myself this, which is like a loving thought, a loving choice, a nurturing of ourselves. And it's awesome to know that we can care for ourselves and we can up our game in relationship with ourselves. So lots more to come about relationship with others. There's so much there. So much good stuff there. But for now, to take a moment to look at the relationship you're wanting more of in, wanting something more in, and to see if you can give a little bit more, a lot more of that to yourself before changing anything in the dynamic. And so that's where we begin with our relationships. Be deeply satisfied and ready for more. Lots of love. And I almost forgot to say, if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can click over that sweet little heart in the corner, or you can head on over to elizabethjohnson.net and sign up for the free newsletter. And we're going to be sending out some really fun new projects and things very soon. So elizabethjohnson.net, free newsletter, and we will be in touch with you. And as always, I'd love to hear from you. Post, email, share about just putting the mirror kind of back to yourself and taking care of you first, and then how that enhances your relationships. Lots of love. Love being in a relationship with you, and I'll talk with you soon. Okay, bye.